Hello my dear friends, I hope you all are doing good. This is Prashant Mawani and I welcome all of you to StudyIQ. Dear friends, identify the person that you can see on your screen. Now this is going to be a bit of challenging, I believe, and to make it a bit easier for you guys, let me give you a small hint. Now as we are speaking right now, evening news of 3rd November has her name, and tomorrow's papers as well. I'm sure you will find articles pertaining to the lady on the screen. So let's see how many of you can do a little bit of research and find out who she is. With this, dear friends, I would like to introduce all of you to our pen drive and tablet courses for different exams like SSC, Bank, UPSC and other government exams. StudyIQ provides you with different pen drive and tablet courses. If you want to know more about it, all you have to do is check out StudyIQ.com. And if you have any further question or queries, you can give us a call on the numbers that you can see on the screen. Now, dear friends, today we are going to carry on the things that we have discussed yesterday. Yesterday we had a sort of a focused discussion on this world India food, and I told you yesterday as well that this is a very important topic. And when you think or when you see this topic from your mains perspective, then it is indeed a very important topic. You know that maximum amount of Indian population is engaged with agriculture. Now the thing is, dear friends, see what we are doing here. We are saying to the investors, foreign investors, to become part of exciting growth journey, right? We are telling, or we are presenting ourselves or our country as an exciting place of growth, and we are also saying that we are the fastest growing economy in the world. Now when we say that we are fastest, what we mean actually is that, say for example, if you invest 100 rupees in India, then you get 10 rupees in return. So at the end of the day, you would be having 110 rupees in your pocket. But if you invest the same amount of money in a bit slow moving economy, then you get, say for example, 2 rupees. So you make 2 rupees, and at the end of the day you have 102 in your pocket. So of course it is wiser to invest in our country India, or any fastest growing economy. The other thing is that, see the role of Prime Minister here, and nowadays all the countries around the world, right? If you want to understand how things are working around the world or on a global platform, then the best thing is that start seeing them as traders, right? They are all the countries around the world at present, they are more like a business organization, right? They do deals with each other, that negotiate, they make sure that their country is in a sort of you can say more favorable position, or they will try to make it even a more balanced thing when they are doing business or when they are interacting with each other, and that has to be done. There is nothing wrong with it as well. So it is important for the Prime Minister as well to have this sort of skills, and you can see here that he is taking out time and interacting with the CEOs of top companies. Now let me tell you that these CEOs, right, they are also top players in their field. So it is not that much exciting, you know. You can understand if a common person or a layman, when he or she will meet Prime Minister, then it would be altogether a different sort of interaction. But here, these people, the CEOs, they do interact with many prime ministers and presidents of different countries. So for them, they are not, you can say, I would rather say, be more emotional. They would be more practical, and they would be looking for areas in our country in which if they invest money, then they can make profit for their own company, and they can expand their business, etc., etc. So the Prime Minister nowadays, all the Prime Minister and President, they need to have this some sort of skills regarding business as well. They should be able to, or the government in short should be able to identify what are the requirements of the investors. Now the thing is, dear friends, we have been talking about this doubling farmers' income by 2022, and how we are going to do it. We can do it. There are many ways, and one of the most you can say holistic way is food processing sector. Now why food processing sector? The thing is, yesterday we were talking about this thing that 40% of our production is wasted, isn't it? And because of this, the price of the food is going up, and there are many people who have to sleep hungry they have to go to bed without any food in their tummy because of too much expensive food. Anyways, dear friends, why we are in such a situation? The main reason, if you want to understand the whole nature of, if you want to touch the heart and soul of Indian economy, then if you go through this figure, then you will understand, I would say you will have a sort of rough idea about where we are standing at present. The thing is, imagine this agriculture sector and its contribution in GDP. Now let me give you a small example here. Say for example, you have 100 students in a class and you have 100 chocolates, right? You have to distribute this chocolate within this 100 students. So now the thing is, this 100 is your people, right? These are your number of students, and this is you can take GDP, for example, or rupees, or you can take it as a chocolate or whatever you like, right, for your understanding. So now the situation with our country is that 60 students or 60 people or 60% of population is engaged with agriculture. If you go through the figures of 2011 census, then you find that the precise figure is 57.8%. So you can roughly say that 58, or for the sake of understanding, we can take it as 60 as well. There is no harm in it. So 60% people engaged with agriculture, but how much they can produce? They are contributing just 15 rupees, or they get only 15 chocolates. So you can imagine, if there are the 60 people and if they are provided with 15 rupees, and if they have to distribute this 15 rupees with them within themselves, then you can understand they are going to get not even a full rupee, isn't it? There would be somewhere in 50-60 paisa or something like that, or even less than that. So it would be, you can understand that their pockets won't have any money or any penny at all. But if you see the scenario of service sector and industry, particularly if you see the service sector, then you can see here that 65%, right, 65% of money is coming from, or the GDP you can say is produced by this service sector, but the people working here are somewhere around 15% or 15 to 20%. So you can say that, or less than that, let's say 15% roughly speaking. So you have to divide 65 rupees. The situation is other way around, isn't it? That's the reason why you see a huge sort of difference when you compare the economic and financial condition of people working in service sector and farmers. So this is a basic rough idea about our economy. Now the other thing is that the Prime Minister has also talked about Sampada Yojana. We know the main aim is to create food processing infrastructure. The other thing is that we have also talked about this India's rapidly growing or progressing global innovation index and global logistic index and global competitiveness index. Now I have a question for you as well pertaining to this thing on the last page of this lecture, so I'm not going into the detail of this thing. But I must say that government has launched Nivesh Bandhu. In Hindi, Nivesh basically means investment, right? And Bandhu basically means friend. So it's a more likely, you can say that investment friendly portal on which you will get all the information pertaining to investment in our country. Now the thing is, dear friends, see here we are also talking about making our country as a food basket, or we are also talking about the food factory or the kitchen of the whole world, or we can manufacture food for the whole world. Now on what basis can we say these things? And now if we go through, or if we have a quick glance over the geography of our country, then we find that we have a very diverse geographical land. You can see mountain area here, you can also see plain portion, right? Plains in the northern plains of you can say Indo-Gangetic plains, right? Then you have plains here in the Brahmaputra part as well. Then you have plateaus and coastal areas. You have all different variety of land in one country. This is one of the most you can say important, or you can say this is an advantage for our country in itself, because the thing is, the variety of land you have, that means I'm sure you know this thing very well, that you have different types of soil. I'm not asking you the properties and things like that, just understanding of different types of soil. You have black soil and laterite soil and sandy soil and things like that, and every different soil and every different composition of, or you can say every different type of land portion will be capable of producing different types of crops. That means if we talk in the language of in the language of food, then we can say that the menu that we present, right, it is a sort of a very diverse, or you can say wide menu, right? You have a variety of choice in our country. You can grow bajra, and you can have fruits and vegetables, and you can have spices and many other things, right? You have different pockets in different parts of our country that are capable of producing many different items. So this is, of course, a strength for our country. The other thing is that if you see the rainfall pattern, then you find that the summer wind during the months of June, July, August and September, right, you have these 4 months, you have proper monsoon season. So the winds are coming from this direction, right, from south and eastern part. So that's why they are known as southeastern, beg your pardon, southwest monsoon, right? This is southern part, and of course this is the western part here. So southwest monsoon, they come across this Indian Ocean and they bring water for the majority part of our country. And here you have winter season, and you find the winds are coming from a different direction altogether. They are coming from north and eastern part. So this winds are known as, or this period is known as, northeastern monsoon time. Now during this season you have rainfall in parts of Tamil Nadu, you have parts of Puducherry, right, that is a union territory. Then you have parts of Karnataka, right. Most of the Tamil Nadu gets rainfall from these northeastern winds. Then you have Karnataka and parts of Andhra Pradesh. This portion here gets rainfall during this northeast winds. Now the thing is, dear friends, if you see here this portion here, then as well in the winter time you find a bit of rainfall and snowfall, which is helpful for the production of different crops. So here what I'm trying to project you is that we have capacity of producing things 365 days, and that is one of the reason, right, because of this winter rainfall in southern part and parts of North India, and summer rainfall, or you can say the proper monsoon season brings rainfall for majority part of our country. That is the reason why the climate of India is also in the category of monsoon type of climate, and this means we have 365 days opportunity of producing things here. And you can understand this thing with the different seasons that we have, right. In the winter season of this crop growing season is known as Rabi, right. Then you have Kharif season, that is of monsoon. This is a season in which this is from June to this September time, right. This is known as Kharif season. And then you have a Zayed season as well. This is pertaining, this third one is pertaining to fruits and vegetables like cucumber and watermelon and sugar melon and other fruits and vegetables, right. So we have on a bigger scale, you can say that we have two major crop season. One is winter one is a summer one or monsoon one. And let's take example of wheat here. See, if you see wheat production, right, wheat is a Rabi crop. So this is been you can say the whole process of this wheat is conducted during winter times, and this is a rough portion here that is growing wheat in our country, right. You can take bits of here as well. So this portion here is producing wheat. So you can say that in winter as well you have this agriculture practice going on. And then if you see the rice portion, then you find majority of our area, right, in our country is producing rice. So roughly speaking, this whole range here, right, and this range bit here. Of course you understand that there are many other pockets as well, right. When we talk about wheat production as well, then there are many other pockets, like there are some parts in Gujarat where you find the best wheat in the world. There are some parts in different parts of our country. So I'm not taking into that. We are talking about major pockets of wheat and rice production. So now if you have different within one calendar, you have different period, right, in which you are able to grow wheat and rice and other crops, right? So you can say that 365-day production is possible in our country, and this also means that you can produce oil out of it, you can produce a biscuit and flour, and many other things are there, right? You can take as many examples as you can like, right? There are so many things that we can do or build up based on our this capacity of producing 365 and good quality crop. So dear friends, that's everything regarding today's discussion, and what I'm saying is that this thing is going to take place, right? It is going on, this World Food India, and we are going to see some more things on this this particular topic. So we will keep up to date with this thing, and whenever necessary we will go through this sort of focused discussion as well. With this, that's everything in today's discussion. Here are some questions for you, right? Provide in India's rank in this global innovation index, global logistics index, global competitiveness index, and this is a bit challenging question here for you. You have to go through your Atlas World Book, right, or any sort of world book that you have, map book you have. Go through it and find a country that looks a bit similar in shape to a state of our country, that is Kerala. And there is a statement, this is a statement here for you: polar bears are dying in huge number around South Pole. True or false? Justify. That's everything, and don't forget to subscribe, share, like, pass your valuable comments. With this, I'm signing off. I'll see you all tomorrow. Till then, enjoy your studies. Jai Hind.